Scott Oldford here, and I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs scale 7+ figure businesses. And listen, there's only four reasons that you won't make it to 7 figures. Now, this assumes that you're good at something, okay? So this assumes that you already have a business, you're probably generating, at least $5,000, $10,000 a month at the bare minimum, right? So there's really only 4 things that it ever comes down to when I'm mentoring someone. The first is you have a model that will not work as you transition into the future, okay? And what I mean by that is your one-on-one model may need to shift, your group model may need to shift, your course model might need to shift. Like whatever online business you have, what brought you to say, $20,000 a month won't bring you to the $50,000 a month or $100,000 a month, okay? Now that isn't always the case. A lot of people have models that will actually work, but that's the first reason. The second reason would be, obviously, which is the number one reason that most people think they actually do have, is you simply are not talking to enough people, right? Like you do not have a large enough audience to be able to actually sell to. So, if you've built a business with, say, $20,000 a month, and now you want to go to $100,000 a month, but this audience to say only 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 people, most of the time it's the fact that you just need to increase the size of audience, right? And a lot of times people say, okay, well, let's go, there's 2 directions there, which is the first is let's build a funnel. And the second, which is actually the case most of the time, let's just get more audience, let's get you in front of more people. Right, so generally it's you're not in front of enough people. Okay, so that's the second reason. First reason is business model. Second reason, you're not in front of enough people. The third is kind of the funnel, okay? And what I mean by that is not a funnel in the case of having like all the right and perfect automations, not a funnel in the case of, having it all perfectly dialed in, but rather a way in which someone can contextualize who you are. What I mean by that is the job of a marketing funnel primarily is to give a context of how you can help somebody. So this is, and I call this relevancy, right? So your ability to be relevant to someone will generally have a direct correlation to them being able to pay you money and you being able to actually scale, right? So it's like if you have 10,000 people on your email list and they don't understand who you are or how you help them, they're not going to buy from you. If you don't understand your relevancy in an ad, you're going to have all the wrong people on your email list. If you don't have the right relevancy on your landing page, same thing. If you don't have it in your social media, same thing, right? So relevancy is this massive dial. And of course, there's a lot of different things that create relevancy, but relevancy is the main point. The fourth, okay, so we've got relevancy, we've got audience, we have business model. The fourth is your mindset, okay? And so once you have those things, meaning if you have relevancy and you have audience, and of course you know how to sell and, these skills, right? Skills that are not hard to learn, particularly. The biggest part is going from a 9-to-5 normal society mindset to an entrepreneurial mindset, a 7-figure mindset, let's call it, okay? And pretty much you almost have to rewrite who you are as a human being in that. Like in that place, you're no longer going to be who you were because who you were didn't make money. And you had to become this entirely different person who you see looks back at you in the mirror is going to be a completely different person than before. And not because of like the external results, but actually because of who you are, right? So it's like you change before the external results occur. And a lot of people, of course, they wait for the external in order for the internal to change. But a lot of people have the right mindset or have the right funnel or have the right relevancy or these different types of things. But because their mindset is stuck in the past, they'll self-sabotage everything around them, or they'll look to their friends or their family or external validation for what they're doing. So if you've got your mindset locked, you've got the right offer, you have relevancy, and you're building audience. I won't say it's impossible not to get to 7 figures, because that isn't true, but your chances, your statistical chances of being able to do that go way up. And the reason is simple, which is when you have more people that you can sell to, they understand why they're following you or why they want to buy from you. All at which point you're not getting in the way of your own success. And there's a model in which can be scaled so that you don't run out of time. There's lots of problems after 7 figures, but before 7 figures, those are your 4 biggest problems. So there you go. Comes into that. Not much else to it. Happy scaling.